Another week, boys, and another TWAB. This week at Bungie, we got not only the TWAB, but also some patch notes. Now, before we jump into the TWAB, I do want to go ahead and cover these patch notes. Destiny 2 Hotfix 7.0.0.3. This has gone live today, starting with gameplay and investment. Fix an issue where the Silk Strike Super's light attack was doing hidden double damage. Interestingly enough, Bungie has removed the critical strike at the tip of the dart and instead granted the critical strike behavior to the full length of the dart. The damage has been tuned to compensate. Now, immediately, guys, after this TWAB and this video goes live, we will be testing super damage, including the Silk Strike Super. Now, fix an issue where Arc Strider's disorienting blow melee ability was not costing energy on hit. Also, fix an issue where the Lightfall quest previously only tracked the campaign version of the Hypernet Current Strike. It will now progress upon completion of any version of the strike. Now, some UI and UX fixes. Fix an issue that caused the commendation screen to crash. This is fantastic because we have our commendation farm guide going out later today. And weapons. Fix an issue where the Manticore, the Season the Seraph Season Pass Destiny exotic weapon, was missing from collections. Now, armor. Fix an issue where element focused armor mods would deactivate when spawning into an activity or respawning after death. This is extremely annoying, guys. What would happen was things like loader mods and reserve mods, even if you had it on your armor, would deactivate, and it would require you to take those mods back off and put them back on. Bungie is stating right here that this has been fixed. Also, fix an issue where the seasonal artifact could cost Glimmer to reset. This is supposed to be free. Even the other day, we actually posted it on our Twitter. This cost was going up and going up substantially. I was actually seeing people having to spend 100,000 Glimmer to reset. Also, fix an issue where scavenger armor mods were incorrectly activating in Crucible game modes. Dude, PvP players were so quiet about this, you almost didn't even know scavenger mods were working. But yes, since last week, scavenger mods have been working, which is why overall special weapon kills have gone up. Also, fix an issue where players were able to duplicate ammo drops just in time for the raid. Now back to the TWAB. Now this week at Bungie, it's almost raid day. Happy TWAB's Day, Guardians. This week at Bungie, we have World's First Race info to cover, a preview of Season the Deep Rewards, an update on Iron Banner and Trials with Cyrus, and a few other highlights. We're only 9 days into the season and already seeing really wild builds. Some of the funniest strand clips and a whole bunch of commendations being handed out and Guardians ranking up. Keep sharing your screenshots and videos on socials. We'll be looking for them. But first, here's the TLDR from last week. We shared some trailers and highlights. The Season 20 trailer, the Lightfall Dev Insight music highlight, new fragments unlocked for Strand. We introduced Root of Nightmares, coming tomorrow. Among Us in Destiny, celebrating Women's History Month and sharing some love from our friends at PlayStation. Now this week's TWAB. World's First Race, raid details, as well as rewards. A new quest and rewards coming in Season the Deep, Iron Banner and Trials Date update, Prime Gaming update, new player guide, known issues from player supports, and Art of the Week and Movie of the Week. Starting with the raid. Ron is coming. Tomorrow, March the 10th at 9 a.m. Pacific, many of you will be entering the Root of Nightmares raid to complete in the World's First Race. Now, before we get into the rules, we wanted to let you know that Bungie is teaming up with Twitch rivals for the Destiny 2 Lightfall World's First Race. Twitch drops will be enabled, granting viewers an exclusive emblem if they watch the Twitch rival stream or watch a participating partner or affiliate for at least 2 hours between 8:30 and 12:30 p.m. Pacific. You can check out the full list of streamers here. That's right, guys. We are on the list. If you come by our stream tomorrow, these emblems will be dropping. Bungie also has a second Twitch drop for anyone watching Destiny 2 for 2 hours during the first 48 hours. No lie, these are some sexy emblems. Now, we also have the rest of our Steel Series emblems. We will be giving one of these away every hour during the Day 1 raid, including a few leading up to reset. So come by, hang out. It should be a good time, guys. And we have a hell of a squad for the Day 1 raid this year. Now, all right, back to the race. Let's go over the ground rules. First up, the raid will launch with contest mode enabled for the first 48 hours, starting at 9 a.m. on March 10th and ending at 10 a.m. Pacific on March the 12th. Now, you will need to be 1780 power to be at the cap for all encounters. Now, contest mode. Contest mode will cap all players at 20 power below each encounter of the raid for the full 48 hours of the race. Artifact power is enabled, but only provides benefit to players up to the cap of 1780. Now, you can read the player support report below for the list of items that will be disabled in the raid for the duration of contest mode. That's a big one. We need to see that. The first fire team to complete the raid, though, loot the final chest, and return to orbit will be crowned the winner of the World's First Race once the team reviews their clear. Reminder, validating the winners will take some time. We will send out confirmation out on Twitter at Destiny the Game as soon as we know. To celebrate, all 6 members of the winning fire team will receive World's First title belts. Now, to give our servers some space to breathe, there will be no bounty or weapon crafting progress for combatant kills below boss tier within the raid while contest mode is enabled. Oh wow, I didn't realize that actually put such a drag on the servers. Now keep in mind, guys, I'm sure the servers will be acting up tomorrow. Hopefully not too much, but if you remember last year with Val the Disciple, people were getting kicked left and right. I'm really hoping we don't have another scenario like that. Now, players who complete the raid before March the 21st will have access to purchase the exclusive Root of Nightmares raid jacket from the Bungie store. Corresponding raid pin and the Dream Warrior title pin will be available throughout Season of Defiance. As with all of our previous raid-related Bungie rewards, this year's jacket represents a long-standing tradition, allowing players to celebrate their incredible in-game accomplishments outside of the game. The team is super excited about how this one turned out, and we hope you'll agree when you see it in person. No lie, those pins look sexy. Now, new revelations and rewards to come. As we mentioned in last week's TWAB, a New Year's storytelling kicked off with Lightfall and will continue through our seasons between now and the final shape. While we're just a week into Season Defiance, we don't always share future narrative details this far in advance. We feel it is important to give everyone a preview of a particular quest we're bringing to Neomuna in Season of the Deep this next season, guys, as well as the rewards it will provide. By the way, the whole Season of the Deep, all I can think about is the fundament, right? Now, throughout this quest, players will explore the city to learn about the nature of the Veil through Osiris's research and newly uncovered Ishtar collective data. This brief pursuit will be available to all Lightfall owners and will take place separately from the events of Season of the Deep. As a reward for completing the final step, players will gain access to 3 new strand aspects, 1 per class, to add even more depth and creativity to their builds. And we're excited to reveal their names today. So for the Titan, we have the Flechette Storm. For the Hunter, the Threaded Spectre. And for the Warlock, the Wanderer. Okay? This is kind of bizarre. The Flechette, by the way, is a type of ammunition resembling a small dart shot from a gun. Guys, in the comments below, feel free to speculate. Now, we'll have more to share on these as we get closer to the Season of the Deep. Note that these new aspects are planned to be earned by completing this upcoming quest, rather than requiring additional strand meditations to unlock. The quest will also remain available in Neomuna in perpetuity for all Lightfall owners, so you won't miss out on the chance to pick it up after year 6 comes to a close. As an additional reward, Lightfall owners will also get their hands on a new legendary weapon upon completing this quest. Here's a close-up look at some of the concept art now. Oh, look at that! What do we think, guys? What's the archetype? Does it look like Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten? Like, just look at the base of the gun. Does it look like that to y'all? Am I tripping? Now, Iron Banner date change. Hey, Guardians, this is the spot where we're going to do a big write-up about Iron Banner next week and get you all excited for the first one of the year. That write-up is still coming in a future TWAB, but for now, we have an update to share that we think will result in a better experience for everyone. You know that annoying bug we have had since the launch of Lightfall, where after playing enough Crucible or Strikes or Gambit or anything with a commendation screen, all the other Guardians and sometimes you can disappear? Well, the fix is scheduled to go live on March the 16th, which is 2 days after the start of Iron Banner. And we don't want to have our premier Iron Banner start off with 2 days of Invisible Guardians, or everyone playing Iron Banner restarting Destiny 2 every hour. So we're making the tough decision to delay Iron Banner a week. That means a couple things. First up, good news for Trial fans. We'll be moving Trials of Osiris up to next weekend instead, since the issue should be fixed before Friday morning. More info in next week's TWAB, of course, where you can expect double dose of Crucible event goodness. Second, there will only be a 1-week break between the first Iron Banner week, which ends March the 28th, and the second Iron Banner week, which starts on April the 4th. So to recap, Trials of Osiris will now start on March the 17th, previously March the 24th. And Iron Banner will now start March the 21st, previously March the 14th. Stay tuned for more news about Trials of Osiris and Iron Banner in the next week's TWAB. And keep those eyes peeled for the Crucible blog post later this season. All right? No lie, guys, we're going to be pivoting next week. I know everything is about builds, PvE, all that good stuff, but after we get through the raid this weekend, we are going to pivot hard into PvP because Strand has got some crazy synergy that you're going to want to take advantage of for Trials of Osiris. Now, Prime Gaming Rewards. Fellas, if you have not already claimed it, we have an emote, a ship, a sparrow, as well as a projection. Bungie also mentions here that you can actually get the Falling Stars emblem when claiming your Prime Gaming reward. Now, items disabled for contest mode and worlds first. Guys, this is exactly why we have waited on our weapon and build suggestions for tomorrow's raid. Below is a list of gear and items, as well as weapons that will be disabled during the Root of Nightmares World First race and contest mode. Traits and functionality on the following items will be nullified within the raid, with additional negative impacts to power levels if equipped. So those weapons are Grand Overture. What the hell, Bungie? For what? We were going to be using Grand Overture in a day 1 raid, and I literally bet a god roll with less that we would be using Grand Overture, and I'm essentially gonna have to delete a god roll now. Also, Fighting Lion will also be disabled, Winter Bites, which sucks, Jotun, as well as Hierarchy of Needs. Now, again, Winter Bite is obviously bugged and just deleting bosses. Jotun, I think, was just having crazy ammo economy, but I'm not sure what else. And I didn't even know we had a bug with hierarchy of needs. Fighting Lion, by the way, was doing like 100,000 damage to miners. Granted, it's miners, but inside of a raid, that's pretty beneficial. Now, armor and mods that will also be disabled. Signs, Ramparts, Titan Exotic Gauntlets. Really? Okay. Thread of Ascent, which is a strand fragment, will also be disabled across the entire game. Again, Thread of Ascent states that activating your grenade ability reloads your equipped weapons and grants bonus airborne effectiveness and handling for a short duration. I have no idea why this is breaking the game, but this is disabled. Also, the Empowered Finishing Armor mod is disabled as well. What's interesting is we still have mods that aren't working. Reaper's not working. I think Dynamo's not working. Regardless though, guys, these are the things that will not be working tomorrow. This sucks because I literally have a Winter Bite build that we just put out, which was doing devastating damage. And I was really hoping that Bungie would get Winter Bite fixed because it's the projectile that's bugging the game out, not the melee itself. Now, character boosts versus campaign boosts. With the release of Lightfall, we introduced two separate boosts, the Lightfall character boost and the Lightfall campaign skip boost. In an effort to help clear up some confusion we've been seeing, we want to take a moment to share with the community more about these boosts. Players will see one of two types of boosts on their character screens depending on their progress. So starting with the Lightfall character boost. This appears when you hit the soft cap, which is 1750 power without the artifact, with one character but have not completed Lightfall. This boost provides the selected character with a set of high-powered leveled gear. This boost does not skip the campaign. The other boost, which is Lightfall campaign skip boost, appears when you complete Lightfall. This also skips the Lightfall campaign for your selected character and unlocks Strand. This only includes a set of high-powered level gear if your main character has hit the soft cap. I didn't even know it gave that. Jesus. No lie, guys, you may not want to, but if you're looking to really cut down the grind time to get the craftable Neomuna weapons, you want to run the campaign on all three characters. But I personally believe that the campaign skip boost should just be an optional free thing after you complete the campaign once. Now, other known issues. The Radiant status effect does not buff strand weapons. Keep in mind, Court, who does a lot of damage testing within Destiny, actually stated that empowering buffs are working. So things like Well, Bubble, Rift, etc. So those things are working with strand weapons. The only thing that's not working is Radiant. Volatile rounds from Gerfalcon's Hardbrick do not give anti-barrier to void weapons. Well, that sucks. Mind Spun Invocation suspends bursts, but does not stun unstoppable champions. Reservoir Burst explosions with subsistence can sometimes fail to activate on kill. The Adept Trials hand cannon is getting 1 round less in the magazine than the non-adept version. The Grav lift on the Neomuna is tied to frame rate, causing players with higher frame rates to die upon landing. The Dimensional Hypo Troikoid grenade launcher can have a ranged masterwork. Hunters that die and have strand reapplied will lose their first strand aspect. What the hell? Certain heavy weapon archetypes are not benefiting from equipping a third reserve mod. Also, players are no longer able to equip the Unbroken title. Restoration reverts to a lower timer when reapplying the original source of the buff. The UI behavior of the combination screen is causing players to unintentionally skip the end of season's first mission cinematic. Weapons can mark targets through Titan barricades. Interesting, so that's actually not supposed to work with Final Warning. Grand Overture Catalyst grants disorienting effect to explosive and time payload, hence why it's disabled in the raid. Thread of Generation stops functioning on hunters for grenades that aren't grapple after using their super. Unpowered Melee can produce fast melee combos in quick succession. Players experience a black screen when previewing armor bundles on PS5. Equipping a large amount of decaying armor charge mods starts to deactivate tier 4 and 5 artifact mods from the player. Dude, some of these are wild. At this point, it feels like Destiny 2 is just like held together with spit and duct tape, right? Now, as a final note here from Bungie. All right, Guardians, it looks like that about covers it all for now. Tomorrow, many will step into a new raid and face whatever may be ahead, side by side with their fire team. Remember to take breaks, stretch often, please drink water, and eat something that won't make your keyboard, mouse, or controller sticky. We'll be watching from the sidelines as we do, and we cannot wait to see you all on the other side. Stay crafty, Sam. All right, guys, that is your TWAB before the day 1 raid tomorrow. Again, we will be live streaming. We've got a silent lineup, and if you're interested in any of the emblems, feel free to come by. Drops are enabled on our stream, amongst some other giveaways. With that being said, we will be live probably as this video is going up, testing the Hunter Super, amongst some other things, guys. We need to do some testing just to finalize some selections for tomorrow's raid. Well, fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.